Yeah, draft day, Johnny Manziel. 5 years later, how am I the man still? Draft day, A. Wiggins. Fuck that other side, bitch, we stay winning. Oh man, you know I had to do it for you. You know I had to do it for you. Yeah, suits and ties yelling out, pay the guys, man, I had to do it for you. You know I had to do it for you. You know I had to do it for you. Oh man, oh man, oh man, you know I had to. Sometimes I laugh with God about how you can't stop me. I'm his darkest angel probably, but he still got me. Yeah, I'm getting mine, but still I better lives. The shit I set aside to make sure that my people getting by. Brunch with some Qatar Royals and my cup is all oil. You know it's real when your niggas will take the fall for you. All loyal, so you keep egging me on, and we gon' have to crack your shell just to prove to you you ain't hard-boiled. Last night I tried some raw oysters. Man, that boy growing up quick. That boy know he this shit. That boy singing on every song when he know he could spit. That boy manifested it. That boy knew it was written. That boy did it on purpose. That boy know that they shitting on you when they can't get past you. You should've followed all my moves. You won't realize till after. And if I left the shit to Chance, I would've picked a name like Chance the Rapper. Yeah, no offense, cause I don't know that nigga. Focus on making records and getting bigger. Just hits, no misses, that's for the married folks. Tell them fix my suite up cause I'm coming home. I heard they talking crazy, I was out of town. You know they love to pop all that shit when I'm not around. But when I'm here, not a sound. That'll make me snap, jot it down. Go in the booth and lay a body down. Know some Somalis that say we got it, wallahi. Get us donuts and coffee, we'll wait for him in the lobby.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we are here to stream the NBA 2026 draft, and we're going to see who will our Golden State Warriors select with pick 11, or are we going to see a blockbuster pick 11 draft day trade? There's been some links to Trey Murphy, there's even been some surprising links to Celtics Finals MVP Jaylen Brown. We're going to wait and see. We'll quickly make sure everything's all good.
State Warriors.
All right. Yes, it is very exciting. One of my favorite days on the NBA calendar. You know, teams looking for their future stars. And for our Warriors, we're in a very weird position. We don't have, you know, a lower first round pick, but we're also not at the top. You know, we're kind of looking for someone there in the middle who can make an impact, but also still has a little bit of long-term potential. You know, the main names linked to the Warriors at 11, Yaxel Lundeborg from Michigan, bit of an older prospect, so definitely taps more into the ready-to-play now rather than long-term potential. Or there's someone, you know, a little bit more of a raw prospect, LeBaron Philon Jr., shifty guard out of Alabama. Plays a little bit like a young SGA, but obviously, you know, a young guard like that, a little bit on the smaller side, going to take a little bit longer to develop. Definitely could be a good player, you know, down the line, potential successor to Steph Curry when it's all said and done, but might not make an instant impact for the Warriors, but yeah, we'll wait and see how we go. We should hopefully only be about 10 to 15 minutes away from pick 1. And although, you know, technically these other picks don't really affect the Warriors, you know, they do in a way. You know, potentially, you know, what teams do with a certain pick could shuffle everybody's decks, including the Warriors. So we'll wait and see. Obviously, the top 4 picks, they don't really affect the Warriors in any way. We know who the top 4 picks are going to be, and it's likely going to be in the order of AJ DeBanza, then Darren Peterson, and then Cam Boozer, and then likely Caleb Wilson. And then from there, we'll kind of wait and see how it goes. Now, since I've last streamed, we've made a couple of little upgrades. We'll hit this button here, and we've got the full web browser mode. So I want to have a quick look at this kind of mock draft we've got here. So obviously, like I said, the top 4 picks, they're basically locks. I think AJ goes 1, you know, 26 points a night, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, you know, just an all-round stud. Freshman as well, young, has a lot of potential. And I think the Wizards will be very happy to finally have a franchise cornerstone. Now, I have heard some rumblings. There is a slight chance they make a bit of a shock pick and go for Darren Peterson. Now, this guy is, I would say, almost as good as AJ. And Darren has made it pretty clear he does want to go to Washington. So, look, I wouldn't be absolutely surprised if they made a bit of a shot call and went for Darren Peterson. My only concern with him, I've heard a little bit of concerning things about his character and, just a couple of little things like that. But all the on-court stuff is good. 6'5" guard, 25 points a night, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals a game and nearly a block a game as well. Those numbers for a guard, a freshman guard, unbelievable. Cam Boozer, this is an interesting one. Obviously, Memphis traded away Jaren Jackson Jr., and they're likely going to trade away Ja Morant as well. So they're looking for a player of the future. I think they go Cam Boozer. I've even heard rumors that Cam Boozer could go 2. Maybe the Jazz go Cam Boozer. I don't see that happening. I think the Jazz have already got too many players in the front court. So I do think Boozer lands at 3 to Memphis. Then you got Caleb Wilson. I think that's a great pick for the Bulls. They jump up 5 spots in the lottery to grab an amazing player out of North Carolina. Call me crazy, but I think Caleb Wilson's going to end up being better than Cam Boozer. Obviously, we're going to make a couple of little draft predictions here on this stream, but I do think Caleb Wilson ends up being better than Cam Boozer. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. And then from there, like I said, these 4, they're locks. The order might change ever so slightly, but we'll see. But I think the Wizards are about to make the first pick very, very shortly. Then after that, Keaton Wagler, obviously Pacers traded that pick to the Clippers for Ivica Zubac. It was top 4 protected. It fell to 5. So the Pacers get very unlucky. And the Clippers, they get very lucky. Their future was looking very, very dim. But now they've got someone good at 5. They're going to get a Keaton Wagler. They're going to get a Mikel Brown Jr. or a Darius Acuff Jr. There's a lot of good options here for the Clippers. And, this order here from 5 down to even about 8, it's going to be interesting to see. All right, hang on. The pick is in. Here we go. With the first pick. AJ DeBonza goes pick 1 to the Washington Wizards. There we go. A potential future star in the NBA. I've even heard people say a potential future face of the league. So unfortunately, the Warriors won't be getting AJ, although we really did not expect that, did we? Imagine he fell down to 11 to the Warriors. Man, that would have been awesome. But no, in all seriousness, very deserving pick number 1. This guy is going to be an all-round star. I really like this pick for the Wizards. And now they've got an exciting little team next year. Wizards potential play-in push. They've brought in the veteran, former All-Stars, Trae Young, AD. They've got nice young pieces in Trey Johnson, Alex Sarr, Will Riley, and now AJ. So, pick 1. There we go. AJ DeBonza. So, likely now that means Darren Peterson, pick 2. Pick 2 to Washington. Now, quickly getting back to it before we have a look at all these picks, I just want to quickly run through the rest of this mock draft. So, like I said, from 5 through to 8, it's going to be very interesting because any of these guys can kind of go at any of these positions. Like, they're all guards, they're all point guards, they're all great. Kingston Flemings, I really like him. I think he's going to be one of the more underrated picks in this draft. Darius Acuff Jr., this guy is an offensive weapon. Only concern is, on the smaller side, whereas like you have a look at a Keaton Wagler, 6'6", Mikel Brown Jr. a little bit bigger at 6'4", and also, just a little bit bigger in terms of weight as well. So, look, I think if Darius Acuff Jr. can just build his frame up a little bit, I think he will end up being the best of the lot because he just simply is so good offensively. But, yeah, I think teams will be a little bit concerned As you know, nowadays we kind of see teams kind of looking towards more bigger guards as the NBA kind of shifts to a kind of taller era. But yeah, those four will go from 5 to 8. I'm just very curious in which order. I actually think the Clippers end up going with Mikal Brown Jr. And then I don't know. Brooklyn to me seemed like a team that would go for an offensive kind of weapon in Darius Acuff Jr. But I think they end up going Keaton Wagler, the safer option. I think the Kings get their man in Darius Acuff Jr. The Kings are really interested in him. And then I think Kingston Flemings does go to the Hawks. Obviously, that pick was originally tied to the Pelicans, but the Pelicans traded it to get a pick in last year's draft where they took Derek Queen. And I have heard rumors that apparently the Hawks might trade the pick back to the Pelicans. I've heard a little bit of a rumor about that, but we'll wait and see. And then from there, you know, it kind of gets interesting. Pick 9 onwards, it's really anyone's game. Braden Burries is mocked to the Mavs at 9. I really hope he drops. If he can fall to the Warriors, that'd be fantastic. But I do think the Mavs end up selecting him. I actually love this mock. That's why I brought it on stream. To me, this mock looks pretty solid. The Bucks definitely will take Nate Ament. Obviously, the big Giannis trade. I almost forgot to mention that. Giannis Antetokounmpo traded to the Miami Heat. It almost doesn't feel real. I've almost completely forgotten about it. But yeah, now the Bucks will be looking for... We'll actually switch over to this screen. The Bucks looking for their kind of future front court piece. Now with their 2-time MVP and Finals MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, gone. We'll talk about that trade a little bit later on. But now, obviously, the Bucks also have pick 13 from Miami. So they'll get a couple of good players in this range. And then the Warriors, pick 11, us. Who are we going to take? I really don't know. It really is a big question. There is no kind of main lock to the Warriors. I think a lot of us want Yaxel Lundeborg, including me. Obviously, as you have a look here, a lot of these guys are freshmen, a couple of juniors, a couple of sophomores. Yaxel's a senior. So here's 23. He's probably going to be 24 before the season starts. So it's a bit of a risk, but hang on. We'll quickly roll back over here now as we're about to see another pick here by the Utah Jazz. Will they make the surprise selection? Or do they go the mocked pick of Darren Peterson? The camera is pointed onto him, so I think he does go here. Alright. Darren Peterson, Kansas guard. Arguably the best prospect in the class. Some people argue it. Alright. The pick is in. Or is it? If it's Cam Boozer, you're going to hear a very mixed reaction from the crowd. Either way, Memphis will be happy. They'll get either a Jar replacement or a Jaren Jackson Jr. replacement. The pressure, it's on Utah here. They've got to make the right pick. If Utah can nail this selection, I could see them being an NBA champion in the next 5 to 10 years. They've got good pieces. They just need a 1A kind of superstar guy. They've got Keontae George. They've got a lot of good players in the front court. Jaren, Lauri Markkanen. They're going to hopefully re-sign Walker Kessler. They just need a star at point guard. Make the safe pick here, I reckon.
With the second pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select
Darren Peterson goes too. Wow. So Utah get their guy at 2. Darren Peterson. And I'm not going to lie, Utah is looking scary in a couple of years' time. They're going to have a fun little lineup next year. Darren Peterson, Keontae George, Lauri Markkanen, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Walker Kessler. Bro, not going to lie, Jazz might be a playoff team next year. They might do it through the play-in tournament. But the Utah Jazz, call me crazy, I know they're not on the same level as the Spurs, but I could see them doing what San Antonio did this year. Maybe not to that degree, but I could see Utah being a sneaky 6 seed. if they can make the right decisions in free agency, bring Walker Kessler back on a contract that isn't going to destroy their future, and also bring in a couple of more pieces off your bench, I think that might be nice. But there we go. Now, getting back to it, having a look at this mock here. So yeah, like we were saying, who are the Warriors going to take at pick 11? We really don't know. I like Merez Johnson Jr. I think he's pretty good. I like Heinz Steinbach. I like Adai Mara. I actually think Adai Mara ends up going a little bit higher than 14. I actually think he's going to be one of the better centers in this draft, and particularly with him being 7'3", 7'4", you know, with what we saw from Victor Wembanyama in the West, maybe a team like Dallas, maybe Golden State, or maybe OKC draft him a little bit higher up to literally try and stop Victor Wembanyama when the time comes, you know, in the playoffs. Like, teams will start drafting these bigger, kind of more raw centers again, just at the hopes that they can have a Victor Wembanyama stopper. So, yeah, and then as well, I don't know why he's mocked so low, but LeBaron Filan Jr. is a shout for the Warriors at pick 11. I don't see any of these guys. Maybe Karim Lopez. Now, I got to see him play firsthand down here in Australia in our NBL league. I quite like his game. I think he's got some really good tools, and, you know, I love when players have international experience. You know, they can transition right into the NBA. But I just don't think you take him at 11. But look, I wouldn't be mad. I don't see Christian Anderson going to the Warriors. I don't see Cameron Carr. I don't see Alan Graves. I don't see Koa Pete. So, yeah, LeBaron, like 25 points a game. I don't see him falling down to the 20s. I don't know about you guys, but to me, I just don't see that. But look, I guess before it happens, we've still got a little while to go. Probably another, I would assume, roughly hour until the Warriors are on the clock. But if I were to make my prediction / assumption on who the Warriors take at 11, I'm going to say it's Yaxel. I think they take Yaxel, ready-made, 24 years old. And if I want to quickly show you guys, if we have a look at the age of our young core, and I say that with quotation marks because we don't really have a young core. Our youngest player is Brandon Pajamski at age 23. That's another reason why when people hate on pods, I always like to remind them, he's the youngest guy on this roster. Although he's got more experience than an LJ or a Will Richard, by age, he's the youngest player on this roster. Now, like I was saying, why I like Yaxel, he fits the age. Hang on, we'll come back to that. We've got pick 3 here for the Memphis Grizzlies. The pick is in. I think it's going to be Cameron Boozer. Do they make the surprise selection and go Caleb Wilson? We haven't seen any surprise moves in the draft yet, but could this be it here?
The Utah Jazz actually went to go see Darren Peterson himself on Saturday for a private visit in Canton.
Okay, so Shams just came up on the screen, and I thought we were about to see a draft day trade, but he's just talking about Darren Peterson here. Obviously, like I said before, there was a little bit of character concerns with Peterson, and there was talks that apparently he didn't even want to like meet with the Jazz before the draft, but it seems like that was a load of BS. It seems like he's pretty happy to be a Jazz player, and good for him. I think he is going to be the final piece for Utah. But yeah, like I said, I think Utah are going to be a very good team, chat. You had that starting 5 that I spoke about, and then they just mentioned it on the broadcast, and I completely forgot about him. But Ace Bailey, I think, what was he, pick 6 last year? So that's another guy that they'll have coming off the bench. I'm telling you, Utah is going to be scary. Utah is going to be scary. And in terms of how long we'll stream for, obviously it depends on what the Warriors do. I've heard rumors the Warriors might even trade down for 2 lower first-round picks, but we'll wait and see. And if that's the case, we'll probably stream for a bit longer. You know, if not, we'll probably just go to the end of the lottery if the Warriors just stay at 11 and make that selection. Alright, so Memphis here. Good pick to start your rebuild with. Like I said before, obviously Jaren Jackson Jr. gone. Ja Morant likely gone this offseason, so now you're looking for someone to kind of take over the franchise. And Cam Boozer, he feels like a Memphis player to me. All right, we'll see though. Here we go with the third pick.
The third pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Cameron Boozer.
Cameron Boozer. So, yeah, basically every pick has been what we expected coming into the draft. So Cameron Boozer out of Duke. Let's have a look. So yeah, top 3 in the mock have all gone to plan so far. Cam Boozer, 24 points a night, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal and a half, and just below 1 block. So I guess for him, and if you're Memphis, you're probably just wanting to hope that, you know, as his career begins, he'll get a little bit better defensively. Because if you have a look at someone who was, you know, potentially going to go to 3 to Memphis in Caleb Wilson, you know, averages a little bit more steals and nearly a full more block a game. So, yeah, look, I think offensively, I think Cameron Boozer will end up being better, but I think Caleb Wilson has a little bit more defensive upside. But we'll see. Like, obviously, we can speculate as much as we want, but we've got to wait and see what these guys actually look like once they hit the NBA court. But now, next up, the Chicago Bulls. And once again, I think this is another lock. I think Caleb Wilson is a guarantee to go to Chicago. But from there, that's where it gets interesting, and that's where it actually begins to affect the Warriors. Because like I said, one pick that doesn't go in order in terms of what the mock is supposed to be, it shuffles everyone's deck. It shuffles everyone's deck. Because let's just say, just for example, let's say, I don't know, let's just say the Kings end up taking Burries, and then all of a sudden, maybe the Bucks are like, hang on, Kingston Flemings is here, we'll take him, and then it's like, well, Nate Ament's available, Warriors might go him, and then, oh, you know, all of a sudden, the OKC Thunder might go, oh, we want Yaxel, so it's like just a shuffle of deck, but we will see. As well, if you haven't already, linked at the top of the chat, the pinned chat, just dropped a new video breaking down the Warriors free agency period ahead. We spoke about all these guys down here who are out of contract, and then also some of the potential players the Warriors might pick up in free agency, like LeBron, Colin Sexton, Anthony Simons, Quentin Grimes. Who else? Who else did we talk about? Who else did we talk about in the video? Oh, and then just as well, who else did we talk about? Oh, Keon Ellis, that's the name I'm thinking of. And then we spoke about like some kind of just lower level contracts, like Jock Landau, Gary Trent Jr., Matisse Thybulle, and Jackson Hayes. So, yeah, definitely make sure to check that out. But yeah, very big offseason for the Warriors. They've got a lot of decisions to make. And it all starts here tonight with their pick 11, who at this stage is looking to be Yaxel Lundeborg. 18 points a night, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal and a half, a block and a half. Very versatile player is Yaxel Lundeborg. But just having a look at just some of these other names, Morez Johnson Jr., bit younger than Yaxel. It's kind of similar stats. I'd love Nate Ament, but he actually didn't do a workout with the Warriors, and I think he's guaranteed to go to Milwaukee after the Giannis trade. So I don't see the Warriors getting him. Ideally, Braden Burries drops down to 11. That would be awesome. It kind of depends. Like, I think Milwaukee's pick won't affect the Warriors, but I think Atlanta's and Dallas's pick will affect the Warriors a lot. Because let's just say, you know, the Hawks decide they do want a Diamara who's mocked down here at 14. And then all of a sudden, well, Dallas might then take Kingston Fleming. So then we know the Bucks are taking Nate Ament. So then maybe Braden Burries is available at 11 for the Warriors. There is a route where that does end up happening. Yeah, we'll see.
I go back to, almost 20 years ago. You guys
All right.
were dealing with so much
We'll go back to this now. So, up next, Chicago. The pick should hopefully be in within the next minute or so. But yeah, so they actually reckon here on the ESPN Draftcast that the best fit for the Bulls is Keaton Wagler. I don't know. I feel like Caleb Wilson is the perfect fit for Chicago. He has such a Chicago feel about him. I think all of these players, in terms of like their player identities, I think they all fit the team they've gone to. Like AJ feels like a good player for the Wizards. I love Darren for Utah. I love Cam Boozer for Memphis. He's got a real Memphis grit and grind feel. And Caleb Wilson just feels like a player that would look awesome in a Bulls jersey. But, yeah.
Congratulations to all of you guys. I know this is a family affair. Congratulations.
All right, we'll swap back over to this. And the pick should be in for the Bulls here. All right, I think the Bulls have made their decision. They're all looking at the TV here. All right. The pick is in. So it's going to be Caleb Wilson here. But then after that, it's where it gets really, really interesting. All right. Adam Silver, what do you got for us? It's going to be Caleb Wilson.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select
Caleb Wilson. So the top 4 picks have all gone exactly to plan. The mock draft, absolutely solid so far. I think everyone has kind of known that this is how the draft was going to play out so far. And if the mock continues to be spot on, up next, it should be Keaton Wagler. It should be Keaton Wagler to the Clippers. And man, the Pacers, they'll be regretting that Zubac trade unless they go on to make the finals again. Because man, imagine Keaton Wagler and Tyrese Halliburton in the backcourt together. That is a fantastic backcourt to build around. And, you know, obviously Tyrese, natural point guard, and Keaton can play both. So if Tyrese is off the floor, you would have had Keaton learning to be a true point guard. And then when Tyrese is on the floor, as you can see, he does play shooting guard. So that would have been perfect. But, yeah, I guess we'll see. But, yeah, I don't know. I want to have a look at his stats here. Keaton. Alright, so, yeah, only played the 1 season. He's a freshman, played for Illinois. 34 minutes a night. Shot the ball not too great, but not too bad. Nearly 18 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Okay. Alright. I think he'll be good. I think he'll be pretty good. But we'll see. Like, I mean, this NBA draft, you know, it might not end up being one of those drafts where you have, like, the top stars, you know, the face of the league type players, but it might be one of those drafts where you just get a lot of productive players. Like, I look at some of these names. Keaton Wagler, great player. Mikel Brown Jr., great player. Darius Acuff Jr., great player. Fleming's good. Burry's good. Ament good. Lundeborg good. Johnson good. Steinbach good. Mara good. Carr good. Anderson good. Lopez, good international talent. Graves, pretty good. Like, there's just so much good talent. And even in the second round, there's some pretty good talent available. Now, we'll scroll down. Our Warriors do have pick 54. So it's from LA via Toronto, Miami, and Cleveland. So I'm pretty sure it was originally Cleveland's pick. Obviously, the second round picks, they kind of get thrown around a lot. Like, for example, look at this pick here. From Golden State via Charlotte, New York, OKC, and Atlanta. Do we give them that from the Jimmy Butler trade? I'm pretty sure we did. But yeah, so the Warriors tomorrow will be on the clock at pick 54. Man, the Warriors, like, I know I shouldn't be excited for a pick in the 50s, but the Warriors seem to find some really solid talent at the bottom of drafts. Like, in the 50s last year, they got Will Richard. They also got, in recent years, Quinton Post in the 50s. Guy Santos, who I think is going to be a very good player in the 50s. Like, Trace Jackson Davis as well, who was good for a little while there, just didn't pan out. But, like, they're able to find players in the 50s who can come in and make an impact right away. But, yeah, we'll see. Maybe the Warriors trade this pick. Maybe they try and trade up or trade out. We'll wait and see, because they want another guy, even if it's in the pick 50s. They want another guy who can come in and make an impact. Whether it's 10 minutes a night off the bench or whatever it may be, they want someone who can play right away. But here we go, the Intuit Dome watch party. Obviously, there's a watch party here tonight in San Francisco at the Chase Center for our pick 11 watch party. All right, Clippers, it looks like the pick is almost in. And we're almost halfway to the Warriors pick, which is good. Hopefully we can get some more people in when the Warriors make their pick. Obviously, I haven't streamed in nearly, 2-3 months. So I'm not expecting too many people in here. But, hopefully we get a couple in when the Warriors make their selection. All right. Here we go. Pick 5. I think it's going to be Wagler, but we'll see. Is the pick in? The pick is in. Here we go. Adam Silver. We're almost there to the Warriors pick. All right, so if the mock draft continues to be on point, it should be Keaton Wagler here. Man, Darius Acuff Jr., he got the bling on, bro. He iced out. Whereas Wagler's just got the old school suit and tie. All right. Pick is in. Big pick here for the Clippers. Very lucky here to have this pick. And all of a sudden, if they get a good player here, their future doesn't look too bad. Maybe they can redeem themselves from that hideous Paul George trade. All right, pick 5.
With the 5th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the LA Clippers select Keaton Wagler.
Yep, so Keaton Wagler
Of Illinois.
from Illinois goes 5. So far the draft has gone exactly to plan, and if it continues that way, that means the Golden State Warriors will end up with Yaxel Lundeborg, one of the oldest players in this draft. Can we sort by age? No, I don't think we can. But just have a look. Like, there is no one projected to go in the first round older than him. Probably even in the second round. This guy's about the same age. Okay, so Richie Saunders is a little bit older, but yeah. So like I have noticed that a lot of guys in the second round are on the older side. Like, I feel like back then, like, it used to be kind of like younger, raw players would go around this range, but now it's kind of just the guys that have sticked around in college for a little while. I think Richie is a pretty good prospect, but, nearly being 25 entering the NBA, even though you're averaging 20 points, teams will be a little bit nervous with that. But, yeah, we'll see. And I want to have a look at Wagler's stats. So 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Didn't shoot the ball great compared to, some of these other prospects like, let's have a look at Mikel Brown Jr., how he shot. Let's see how he shot from the field. Oh, so he didn't shoot too great either. Okay. I'm pretty sure the one guy that does shoot the ball really well is... where is it? Acuff. Where is he? Acuff. There it is. Darius Acuff. No, we need Darius Acuff Jr. What am I doing? Okay, Darius Acuff Jr. Yeah, he shot the ball really well for a freshman. 48% from the field, 44% from 3. And compared to some of those other guys like I said, I think, in terms of, these players here from 5 to 8, all these point guards, Wagler, Brown, Acuff, and Flemings, I think offensively the best one is Darius Acuff Jr. It's just his frame, his build that has teams a little bit nervous to take him. All these other guys a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. But I don't know, like, I think Acuff Jr. would probably be happy to go to Sacramento. He immediately becomes the face of their franchise. But I also quite like Flemings as well. Is the Brooklyn Nets pick in? Nah, not yet. Alright. But yeah, big pick here for Brooklyn to add on to their young... Let's have a look at their roster. They are young... How do you go teams? We'll have a look at the Nets roster. Their little young core they've got going on. Let's have a look. So Brooklyn... we've got some good young players. Igor, I quite like his game. Drake Powell... Like, they've got some good players here. And then, obviously, as well, just traded for Julius Randle. I didn't even talk about that trade yet. Interesting trade. So, Minnesota open up cap and basically get nothing in return. They slide down a few picks, but they get off a good amount of money. They were able to bring Ayo Dosunmu back on a big, big deal. And I think they'll be able to then also pick up a couple of other guys in free agency. Initially, I'm not going to lie, I thought they were about to trade for Jar with that trade exception, but I don't think that'll be the case now. But yeah, very weird roster here for Brooklyn, but for them, I guess it's just about continuing to add young pieces. Like, they've only got one player over 30, and that's the guy they just added in, Julius Randle. Like, they got so many guys under 25. Like, look how many players they have. So they're just looking to buy into the youth, and I like that for Brooklyn. I like that for Brooklyn. I wish the Warriors had some good young pieces like that, but yeah, we'll see. Alright, best available. The best available they reckon now is Acuff Jr. We'll see. So Mikal Brown Jr. is ranked as the 4th best available. I want to see what they reckon here on ESPN. So they reckon Acuff Jr. is the best available, but they reckon the best fit is Mikal Brown Jr. So it is interesting. I don't think it'll be Flemings. I don't think he goes to Brooklyn, but I think this is going to be the first one where we see a bit of a change up. I think they're actually going to go Acuff. I don't know. I want to see them go Acuff. I want to see Brooklyn make a ballsy decision. I want to see Brooklyn do something interesting. I think Brooklyn needs a big scorer. Just a guy that just shoots the ball at will. I want to see them take Darius Acuff Jr. here. Alright, I think the Nets pick is in. They're all clapping. They're all handshaking. I think it's time to go here. They seem very happy. They're all out of their seats. They are ecstatic. I want to see them take Acuff. I want to see them do it. Make a ballsy decision here, Brooklyn. Who are they going with? Alright, here comes Adam Silver. Commissioner Adam Silver. Come on. Brooklyn fans packing it out here. Here we go. The 6th pick.
In the 2026 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select
Mikal Brown Jr. So they don't go Acuff. So we might as well not even stream the draft at this rate. Everything has gone to plan so far. We could have just gone off the mock drafts a couple of weeks ago. But no, in all seriousness, Mikal Brown Jr., they were linked to him since the beginning of the draft, and it makes sense. Look, I love Acuff Jr. He's my guy in this draft class. I know the Warriors aren't going to get him, but I love his game. I think he'll be one of the surprise packages from the draft. But look, the safe pick here for the Nets. We'll have a look at his stats. We'll swap over to this. So, yeah, look, we know what's going to happen next. Yeah, it'll be Acuff. I think it'll be Flem. The draft might actually just go exactly like this mock has. That's why I pulled it up. I knew it was pretty accurate. Mikel Brown Jr. So, in his one and only collegiate season, 18 points, 3 rebounds, only 5 assists, 41% from the field, 34% from 3, and a very good free throw shooter. Nearly 30 minutes a night, 21 games. Alright. Let's have a look at Mikel Brown Jr. I should probably start doing this for the picks. Draft profile. I know a good amount about a lot of these picks, but it's good just to have a quick little look at it. So, player overview: lead, 6'5" guard, advanced perimeter skills, less flash. So that's what I said here. So the reason why I said I wanted Brooklyn to go with Acuff over Mikel Brown Jr., I just want to see Brooklyn have an aggressive scorer, someone who just is not afraid to shoot, a flashy, bold scorer, but they've gone for the less flash and more control. So, look, it makes sense for Brooklyn. They're going to go through a rough period these next few years, and they've got someone who can steady the ship. His shooting abilities undoubtedly his foundation. Mechanics are clean. That's good. You always want someone with good shooting mechanics. Showing he can hit from deep, off the catch, off the dribble, and can run an offense, create out of pick and rolls. Sounds like a very good player. Strengths, shooting, offensive poise, pick and roll, ball control. So now they need someone at center to run these pick and rolls with. They just traded away Claxton in that Randall deal, going to Chicago. Concerns: physical profile, athletic pop, efficiency and shot selection, finishing ability. Alright. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I think he'll be alright. I want to see, hang on, Mikel Brown Jr. player comp. Darius Garland. That sounds very Darius Garland, profile like. Jordan Poole. Man, do we really need to do that to me? On a day we're supposed to be celebrating, do we need to bring Jordan Poole up? Tyler Hero. Similar upside to Zach LaVine or Shaden Sharp. Yeah, look. I think if you can get a Darius Garland-like player out of Mikel Brown Jr., I think for Brooklyn, you definitely take that. Alright. I quite like this pick for Brooklyn. Now looking at it, I'm actually kind of happy for them they took him. But in saying that, I still think Darius Acuff Jr. is going to be one of the better scorers in this class. I've said it all stream. I really like his game. I really, really like his game. But yeah, so the record on here, Kingston Flemings is the best fit for the Kings. Man, nah, they won't take him. They'll take Acuff. He's been linked to the Kings for a while now. Alright. I reckon we are nearly time for the Sacramento Kings pick. Our San Fran rivals, our California rivals. I think we play Sacramento in the California Classic, so we'll get to see our lottery pick go up against theirs in the California Classic. And we'll see who they select here now. Pick 7, Sacramento Kings. And then we have Atlanta, and that's where it gets interesting. That's where the Warriors really, really will find out what prospects are going to be left. Here we go, Sacramento Kings. It's going to be Darius Acuff Jr.
With the 7th pick in the 2026
NBA draft.
The Sacramento Kings select
Darius Acuff Jr. So the mock draft has been to a T here. Everything has gone to plan. All the GMs must have sat down in a room and just decided, yep, this is going to be the order. But Darius Acuff Jr. goes to Sacramento, and they need a dog, and they've got it. My personal favorite prospect in this class. I've been saying it from the very beginning of the stream. I love this guy, and I think Sacramento have got themselves a good one. Let's have a look. Alright, we'll swap over to here. Alright, so in his freshman season, 23 a night, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and shot the ball very good. I think this guy, if it wasn't for him being 6'3", would have gone a lot higher. I think he could have probably even gone arguably top 4. I love this guy, and I hope in 5 years' time I can look back at this stream and say I knew this guy was going to be one of the best in this class. I love this guy's game. 35 minutes, can play heavy minutes, shoots the ball well, very, very high level scorer. Let's have a look at his draft profile. Go on here, Darius Acuff Jr. draft profile. Alright, let's have a look at this. Alright. Acuff Jr., 6'2", 6'7" wingspan. So, similar build to Emmanuel Quickly. Okay. Yeah, so teams have been a little bit concerned with his build, but I want to see his, like... Well, okay, why isn't he an A-plus prospect? Has never been truly considered a top 3 prospect. That's not because the top 3 are actually set in stone. Yada yada. It's because there are plenty of motivating factors. Lack of top-end athleticism and his defensive woes. So, yeah, that's the thing with Acuff. Very good on the offensive end, not so good on the defensive end. So, yeah, that and his size is what I've heard a lot of the problems have been. But in saying that, they reckon, yeah, like, could be sort of similar to, like, Jalen Brunson and Trae Young. Like, you know, might not end up, you know, being too good on the defensive end, but, you know, does enough on offense where it really doesn't matter. Let's have a look at his player comparison. I heard, like, obviously a little bit different, but I heard kind of sort of similar to Trae Young and Brunson. Yeah, Jalen Brunson comp. Okay. Alright, so the Hawks pick is about to be in. They reckon best available, Kingston Flemings. But best fit, Nate Amen. So, this is where it gets interesting because from here, anything can really happen. You know, I've heard people say Adai Mara. Where is he? Adai Mara jumps up to Atlanta. I've heard they might even go Burries. I think Flemings is the most likely Mox player, but I've also heard, you know, a couple of other names float around there too. We'll have a look at the Hawks roster. NBA. Where are they? They are... Where are they? Oh, southeast. Okay, so let's have a look. What kind of positional needs do they have? We'll go in order of position. So the centers. So this is why I think Adai Mara is a chance to jump up to 8 because that's probably Atlanta's biggest weakness. I thought it was. I just wanted to double check, but they really don't have any centers. They've got Tony Bradley, Koloko, Landale, and I think Muhammad Gay and, where is he? Okongwu. They can play center, but they're more natural forward. So you probably want to draft a true center that can solidify that 5 spot because you can't be really relying on most of these guys. And in terms of guards, they've got McCollum. They've got Alexander Walker. They've got Daniels. But they also do need a true, like, lead point guard. Because Daniels is more of a shooting guard. McCollum is more of a shooting guard. And I would say Alexander Walker is more of a shooting guard. So, you really could go either way here. I think in the middle, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, the Hawks are pretty good. You know, they've got good wings. They've got Risa Shea, former pick 1. They've got our man, Jonathan Kuminga. They've got Kispert. They've got Johnson. They either need a true, you know, 7-foot center, which I think could be a Diamara, or a true lead point guard, which the last available one of those is Kingston Fleming. So let's have a look at both those guys. Kingston Fleming. So he's a freshman as well. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, shoot the ball pretty damn well. I quite like him. He feels like he'd play well in Atlanta. But I also think the same for Adai Mara. I also think he'd be great in Atlanta. Yeah, played at UCLA, came over to Michigan this year, a part of that Wolves team that went all the way to win the NCAA championship. And this year he averaged 12 points, 7 rebounds, shot the ball very well for a center. Not too bad of a 3-point percentage. Like, obviously can work on that. The free throw is a little bit of a concern, though. 56%. That's not great. But I think you can work on the shooting. If you're drafting this guy, it's probably more for the defensive upside, like 2.5 blocks a night. Like, that's pretty good. And like I said, teams will want Wemby stoppers. And at 7'3", I think he could really do that. But yeah, a guy that really wasn't known up until this year. Like 3 points in his freshman year, 6 points as a sophomore, and in the junior year really made a big jump after coming over to Michigan. Like, only started in 9 games in his 2 years at UCLA. And then, comes over to Michigan. Bit of an older team. And, him and Yaxel in that front court were awesome. But I guess the free throws are probably just the biggest concern. Like, I know he's only taking, 3.5 a game. But still, when teams know that centers can't shoot free throws, for example, Mitchell Robinson, they will hack-a-shack you. All right, we're back. All right, pick is in. All right, so we just heard here on the broadcast, if they take Flemings here, that is a record number of freshmen taken in a row in the top 10. Here we go. Kingston Flemings goes to the Atlanta Hawks. So now they have a true lead point guard alongside McCollum, alongside Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Daniels, Kuminga, and Jalen Johnson. So a fun little team building in Atlanta, coming off of a good end to the season. And he said his favorite player is Derrick Rose. Wow, all right. So let's have a look. Kingston Flemings draft profile. We'll make sure you keep remembering to switch over. All right. Kingston Flemings draft profile. Okay, strengths. I wanna actually be able to read it. What's his couple of games in the 20s? Played alright in the NCAA, but yeah, there's a lot of room to grow. I want to see like an actual I want to see like some actual writing and some player profiles. Wow, one of a kind, yo! Welcome in, appreciate you for joining. We are now only, let's pull it up, now only 2 picks away until we see our Warriors on the clock, chat. Let's get it. Yaxel, he's coming. I don't know, maybe not though, chat. We'll see. But quick look at this. Fleming's draft profile. Athleticism and speed. So obviously we just saw his favorite player is Derrick Rose, so that makes sense. Technical skills. Intriguing lottery prospect. All right. Strengths, physical downhill guard. I like that for Atlanta. Competent shot maker. Advanced playmaking. Man, alright. I quite like this guy. Kingston Flemings. There's so many good players in this draft, chat. Okay, now we're only a couple picks away. We're 2 minutes until the Mavs make their selection. Now, Dallas' selection is basically going to probably decide who the Warriors take. Because if Dallas don't take Burries, we know the Bucks are taking, or we 99% assume the Bucks are taking Nate Ament. Maybe the Warriors end up with Braden Burries. I think it ends up being Yaxel, but if Burries drops, I think you have to take him. Comparison. De'Aaron Fox. Now, I know people are going to make jokes about De'Aaron Fox, but that's a pretty good player comp. A young De'Aaron Fox. I like that. But while we've got the chance here, let's have a look at Braden Burries, because If Dallas don't take him, I think we are going to see Braden Burries be a Golden State Warrior. Okay, so Burries, another freshman. There's so many good freshmen in this class, man. We'll go up here. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. So you'd probably want him to be a little bit more of a playmaker when he comes to Golden State. We need someone who can, spread the ball around. We know Steve Kerr loves when you make the right passes and the right reads. Shoots the ball very damn well. I just can't see Dallas passing up on him, chat. I just can't see Dallas passing up on him. Let's have a look while we have a chance, though. Braden Burries. Oh, hang on, chat. Pick us in. Please don't be Braden Burries. Come to Golden State. I love Yaxel, and I'll happily take Yaxel, but man, Braden Burries, bro. Alright. Hang on, there's a chance Yaxel goes here as well, chat. I just realized that. Yeah, Dusty May, officially now Mavericks head coach. Now, he was Michigan's coach last year, so there's a chance he takes his guy Yaxel or a Diamara. Like, they're his boys, so chat, this pick will probably decide who the Warriors end up with. I don't know. Do the Mavs take Yax? I don't know. Alright, the pick is in. Here we go, chat. Come on. I don't know who I want now. I'm nervous. Like, I want Yaxel, but Braden Burries, bro. He would be awesome. But I can't lie. I'm backing my guy Yaxel in. I'm backing Yaxel in. Great personality. Great, versatile on-court guy. Will come in straight away for us. Also, it's still semi-young enough where he can be a long-term piece. Give me Yaxel, man. Don't take Yaxel, Dallas. I don't know. Who are they going to take? Like, hang on. Let's... I just want to see. Hang on. They reckon best available Nate Ament. They reckon best fit, though, a Diamara. Alright. Chat, here we go. This is probably going to decide... Don't say Yaxel.
With the 9th pick in the 2020
Come on.
NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Morez
Johnson Jr. The Warriors. The Warriors. Oh, the Warriors are going to get Braden Burries. Holy crap. Unless they still go Yaxel. First surprise pick of the draft. Morez Johnson Jr. Wow. Chat, wow! Jumps up in the mock from 12 to 9. Braden Burries, chat. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'll show you. I was assuming we were going to get Yaxel. I had it basically in my mind. Let me just show you guys on my phone. I have the graphic ready to be posted on Instagram. Holy crap. I mean, there's still a chance we take Yaxel. But, like, Braden Burries, that might be too good to pass up on. Unless there's a reason why the Mavericks passed up on him. But, like, I don't know. Like, Morez Johnson Jr., not like it's a massive draft bolt or anything like that. But I wasn't expecting that. I can't get it off my phone. I think I've got it on the... I can't show it on the iPad because I've got the broadcast up. But let's go, Dubs. The Backroom Vaults, welcome in. It's time. It is time, the Backroom Vaults, for the Warriors to make their selection. We know the Bucks are taking Nate Ament, or we assume they are. So it really comes down to, will the Warriors go with Braden Burries or Yaxel Underboard? I'm excited. So who do you guys reckon in the chat? Backrooms and one of a kind. Who do the Warriors go with? Now, I guess we'll quickly have a look at Morez Johnson Jr. and see why the Mavs took him.
He is working on his shooting. His shooting got better at Michigan. But he's an excellent cutter.
Alright, Morez Johnson Jr. So, another fresh... Oh, no, hang on. No. I was going to say, no, he played 2 years. Man, Michigan. We could see a couple of Michigan guys go in a row here, potentially. Obviously, we still got Yaxel. And we still got Mara. We could see 3 Michigan guys go in a row. But, yeah, played for Illinois last year. Comes across to Michigan. And, yeah, really good year. Really, really good year. 13 points. Jumps up. Doubles his points. 7 boards. Not really much of a playmaker, but, yeah, pretty solid defender as well. Fair enough. Fair enough. Player. I want to see his player comparison. I'm going to be honest, I don't know too much about him.
What does this moment mean to you?
Any comps? So, scouting report, strengths. His pro level strength. So he's a big, strong guy. Protector, Cooper. Slightly undersized at 6'9", but compensates with long arms. Okay. Strength and length, pops on both ends. There are concerns about a 6'9" player, major minutes at the 5. Oh, so he's a center. A 6'9" center. Wow. Wow, okay. I want to see his player comparison.
So what do you think about following Coach May?
I want to see his player comparison.
Man, it's insane. The Michigan Bass now.
Areas are improved. Yeah, so we saw that before. Only averages 1 assist a game. Not a great playmaker. Is there a player comparison?
Looking forward to seeing you in the NBA. Congratulations.
I hate when it doesn't just pop up. I just want to see a player comparison.
She says,
On here?
so
No, we're not going on that website. Jesus, man. I just want to see a player comparison. Holy moly.
on his way to the Dallas
On here?
Mavericks here. I want the joy. We've seen
Okay, reminds me of
the dancing, and you know what?
Daron Sharp. Okay.
The Maverick, the Michigan
I don't know if that's a player comparison, but
here. The Michigan
okay. We're just gonna leave that for now. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna see the Bucks pick here.
They have had a busy last 20
All right.
Seems like you
We are going to see the Bucks on the board here.
have some way to
Here we go, and then it's us, chat. Then it's us. Backrooms wants Yaxel. Same here, but I can't lie. It will be tough to pass up on Burries. He might go here to the Bucks, but I think they go Nate Ament. All right, 10 seconds. Here we go. It's in. Oh man, I'm nervous now, chat. I'm nervous. So yeah, this could make things interesting because there's a chance that the Bucks do take Burries, and I know Nate Ament didn't work out with the Warriors, but could draft him if he's there. All right, here we go. I want to quickly see, what does ESPN reckon? They reckon best available Nate Ament, best fit Adai Mara. Okay. I don't see Adai Mara going to Milwaukee. All right, come on, let's just get this pick out the way. I want to see who the Dubs take, chat.
in franchise history. The clock is ticking down. The
Come on.
should be in imminently as we take a look here at Nate Ament. Could he be a selection? Bobby's saying, well, you know, that doesn't go with the run of guards. But
Come on.
a lot of talent and really
All right, pick is in, chat. Who are they going to take? I don't see it being Yaxel. They don't seem like a Yaxel team to me. I think they'll want someone younger. But I want to see if they take Burries, because if they don't take Burries, then it's between Burries, Yaxel, or Phylon. But if they take Burries, it's Ament, Phylon, and Yaxel.
The pick is in. Let's send it
All right, chat. Here we go. Pick is in. The Milwaukee Bucks. Who are you going to take? What do you got for me, Adam Silver?
With the
10th pick.
2026 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Braden Burries.
Braden Burries! Oh, Nate Ament! What? What? One of the biggest surprises in the draft. Oh my god. It's got me choking on my words. Wow. Everyone was saying, me included, Nate Ament is a Milwaukee Buck. Giannis is gone. You take Nate Ament, you get your Giannis replacement at power forward, but no! Is Nate Ament going to be a Golden State Warrior after not working out for us? I just want to double check this here, chat. Let's have a look. I'm almost certain he didn't work out for the Warriors. I'm pretty sure he declined to work out for us.
He's got some toughness with him.
What does a Burries hero backcourt start to look like?
Two guys that can really shoot it and have some toughness to them. And
I just want to have a look. Warriors workout. We're on the clock here, chat.
really good player in high school, very highly regarded. But this last year, he was number 3 in the country in plus-minus behind Yaxel Lendeborg of Michigan and Cameron Boozer of Duke. He impacts winning. He's a smooth shooter, very skilled, fundamentally...
Yeah, apparently he didn't work out with the Warriors.
And he makes really impressive plays at both ends of the floor. I mean, the scoring...
Call me crazy. I don't want him.
But he makes...
Crouchy, who do you want? Who do you want, Crouch, man?
on the road that wound up...
I don't want Nate Ament. I low-key don't reckon he's that good. Like, I don't know. Like, I just felt if he declined to work out with the Warriors, Bucks, who everyone thought was a guarantee to go, to pass up on him. Yeah, you did say that, Simo. You did say that. Chat, I'm nervous! Bro, give me Yaks! I've got the graphic on my phone ready to post when it comes through. I didn't make a graphic for anyone else. I was like, we're getting Yaxel and that's the end of it. I want Yaks! I want Yaks! Don't get me wrong, Nate Ament, I'll be very happy if we get him, but I've just seen a couple of people reckon that there's a potentially a little bit of bust written all over him. This class is terrible. Nah, it's a class that you'll have to wait a little while, because a lot of these guys are freshmen. Like, a couple of these guys might take a while. Is the pick in? Nah, it's not in yet. Chat, I'm nervous. Alright, so while we got a few seconds, I don't want to miss the pick, but we're projected to get Yaxel, so obviously the order has changed a bit. Merez Johnson, who was mocked to go 12, jumps up to 9. That slides Burries down to 10 to the Bucks, and now, do the Warriors stay put with Yaks? Or do they go with Steinboch? Do they go with Mara? Do they go with Cameron Carr, Karim Lopez, or even a little bit lower down, LeBaron Filer Jr., sophomore from Alabama? I don't know, chat. I don't know. I don't know. Like, bro, Yaks, he looks like the guy the Warriors want. Like, just look at this guy. He looks like he would fit nicely in a little blue jersey. Let's see, what do they reckon? They reckon best available Nate Ament, 6'10", 4th ranked forward, 9th ranked overall. If you can get that at 11, you take it. But they reckon the best fit is Mara, who's the best ranked center and the 10th ranked overall prospect here on ESPN. Ah, man, I don't know. All right, let's go. I reckon we're on, chat. We're still on the clock. Make your mind up, Mike. Who are we going with here? Let's begin our off-season. So they're having a look at the Warriors season timeline here on ESPN. 37 and 45, second fewest wins in the Steve Kerr era. We need some bolstered young and star-level talent. Eliminated by the Suns in the play-in tournament, missed playoff for the second time in the last 3 seasons. And Steph and Jimmy missed 83 games. So we need players who can play a good amount of basketball. And I feel like Yaxel's ready-made. Oh, man. All right. Hang on. They're still talking. We haven't even made the selection yet. The clock's about to bloody run out. Usually when it cuts to the meeting room of the headquarters, all the guys are like clapping and shaking hands and whatnot. Our room is just dead silent. We're walking around. Hang on, we might make a trade. Bro, hang on. We might make a trade. Mike's on the phone chat. Hang on. The Warriors might move down and get 2 picks. Maybe a Charlotte trade. Because if we have a look, Charlotte 14, Charlotte 18. If the Warriors think that Yaxel would be available couple picks from now. Because, hang on, so you have Nate Ament, let's just say go 11, Mara go 12, Phylon go 13. Yaks could still be available at 14. Like, there's some good guys, but I don't know. I think the Warriors are about to trade their pick. Because why have they not made the selection yet?
Some people think that's a negative for
There also is a chance that they make the selection. It gets announced as a Warriors pick, but then they trade it.
Make a good point though. That might be an
But if they take Yaxel, I think that means they're keeping it.
I don't even know who you're talking about right now.
Usually it's just
Come on, give us Yaks! We all want Yaks!
as a package
We all want Yaks!
plug, play, and fit into a system that has
He's got the potential to be like our next Draymond, and then when Steph retires, we'll bottom out for a year and we'll draft our next Steph. Oh, the pick's in, chat. Here we go. Here we go.
Inefficiently with what they wanted to do offensively.
Here we go.
You have to be of a certain
All the cameras are at Yaxel's table.
a team that is ready to win and having to
Alright, the Warriors!
Lindenborg, he's
Alright, the Warriors' decision at pick 11 is in.
Michigan. He has had to adjust throughout
Here we
his
go.
career, and he has found success
Here we go.
of the way. So going to a team that is ready to
Give us Yaxel. Give us Yaxel. The Warriors' pick is in. Come on.
looking to
I'm nervous.
figure out how they wait for Jimmy Butler because it seems like
Oh my goodness.
on their roster here moving forward. There was some conversation as to whether or not they would try to maybe package him in some sort of deal for a player like Giannis, who obviously is off the field.
Oh my goodness.
Probably after New Year's, I would think, as far as the Jimmy Butler. Moses Moody, too, is another player that ended the season injured.
Oh man.
Green coming up with a player option on the 29th. And
Man, just get it over and done with.
it's a win now team that needs win now players.
Yeah, it's a win now team.
Come on.
Conference that has only gotten more difficult since they had that run through the 2010s. We expect Draymond.
Come on. It says the pick is in, but we're still talking. Unless we're in the middle of a trade, there's a very high chance that that could be happening right now.
As a reward. Well, and we know that they, after some conversations, Steve Kerr is back.
All right.
as their head coach.
Come on.
Member of the Golden State Warriors. Let's find out together.
All right, here we go. All right, the Warriors pick at 11 is in. Here we go.
Pick in the 2026
Give us Yaxel.
the Golden State
Come on. Yaxel! The Warriors get Yaxel from Michigan. NCAA champion, older prospect, but he's going to be ready to come in and make an instant impact alongside Steph. Let's go. We get Yaxel. We get our man. Come on, chat. Let's go. We get Yax. We get Yax, and my graphic is ready to go. I knew from the moment we got pick 11, Yaxel Lundeborg was going to be a Golden State Warrior.
Many times he said that it was
I knew it was going to happen. I'll even show you guys the proof. The moment the Warriors got pick 11, I had Yaxel on the graphic.
who used to call him.
And there it is, chat. Our newest Golden State Warrior, Yaxel Lundeborg. How exciting is that? Yaxel, the man. Man, I'm excited. I am so excited, chat. Let's have a look at Yaxel's profile. So, obviously a senior, spent a lot of time in the collegiate system, hence why on the older side, but a 6'9", 230 forward. Yeah, so obviously this year came across to Michigan in the Big Ten, was a part of that Wolves team that went all the way. 15 points a game, 3 assists, 7 rebounds, and a steal and a block per game, and shot the ball exceptionally. 51% from the field and 37% from 3. As a power forward, we will definitely take that, and I will be ordering my Yaxel jersey the second it is available. Man, that is exciting. Wow, man, I'm so happy. We get Yaxel. How awesome. How awesome. So Nate Ament, the big slider in the draft, if we get the mock draft back up here, was projected to go 10. But now it's probably going to land with OKC. But we get Yaxel. We get our man. He's been mocked to the Warriors since the very beginning. of the draft, and I think we're all just happy. It's finally over. We finally get Yaxel. I mean, I was so impressed with his draft workout with the Warriors. I was very impressed with his draft interview. Spoke very well, and just looks like a guy. Oh, I forgot to change the screen. Sorry, chat. Just looked like a guy that would fit into the Warriors culture very well. Ready to go. And, yeah. Wowee. Very, very excited for this one. Versatile player. Good defender. Can make an impact on the offensive end. And I'll show you guys, this morning, before I started this stream, I had my graphic ready to go. Where is it? I had my graphic ready to go. I knew the Warriors... Oh, hang on. I'm showing to the bloody wrong camera. I knew the Warriors were going to select Yaxel. I just knew it from the beginning. So we get Yaxel. There it is. The graphic is good to go. Crouchy reckons he's going to opening night. Man, I would love to go to opening night. Wowee. Alright, let's get this up on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Alright. Man. He's got the Warriors hat on! Let's go, Yax! Let's go, Yax! Oh, man, he's so happy, so emotional, bro. He's happy to be here at Golden State! Man, I'm so happy for this guy. Man, I love this pick. I absolutely love this pick. I'm so happy, man. Man, what a great start to the off-season. Mike, it's glitchy. Oh, you are right. Mike, it's glitchy. Alright, we'll see if that's better. Anyways, we are about to wrap up. We are about to wrap up the stream. Just going to quickly post. Let me just quickly post.
How did you know that kid who seemed lost, how did you know that this is who he could be? Because I know he has very potential. He was an amazing kid. And I know he's going to be great. And he has a dream. It's a dream come true. He want to be NBA. He's in NBA right now. You deserve to be here. We wish you nothing but the best, Miss Giselle. Congratulations to you. Thank you. Thank you. Because there is a kid.
Alright, unfortunately, I'm having a bit of problems with the microphone at the moment. Anyways, I did just want to jump on here until the Warriors made their selection at 11. Now we've seen that. We get Yaxel. I can happily say we're probably about ready to end the stream. I've got plenty of content coming. I'm going to make a short, I'm going to make a long form video, graphics across all socials and everything else in between. Apologies to the mic for the ending of the stream. I don't know what's going on with it. Had problems with it last season with the regular season streams. I'm going to try and get a new one before the season starts. But yeah, appreciate everyone for joining. Good to be back on the streaming. Check out my new video if you haven't already. And Yaxel, my brother. Welcome to the Bay. Newest Golden State Warrior, Yaxel Wonderboy with pick 11. I do just want to see here who the Mavs take with 12. Adai Mara goes to OKC. So it looks like the Bucks will still end up with Nate Amen. Obviously, that's Miami at 13, but they just traded that pick last night to Milwaukee. It's still unofficial, but yeah, they'll still get Nate Amen. That's interesting. So maybe other teams didn't see what the Bucks saw in Amen. But Di Mara, 2 Michigan front court guys go back to back. But thank you all for watching. Yaxel, welcome to